Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Welcome to Vedic Heritage. Shivratri is coming up. It is the night to remain awake and the day to observe a full day and night fast. While all of us have seen these practices around us since childhood, most of us cannot pull off a full fast. And while the intention may be to stay up all night, around 2 or 3 a.m., most of us give up. But the secret to achieve them is consistency and effort. If we sincerely try it every year, we will slowly be able to achieve it. So if you are contemplating either fasting or staying awake, I suggest give it a go. But before you begin, it may help to actually know why we should stay awake on Shivratri and why we should fast. Shiva means auspiciousness and Ratri means night. Night is the time when our mind quietens, the world winds down, sounds reduce, activities grind to a halt, and most creatures are asleep. This is the time that if we try, we can hear our inner self. This is why night is the chosen time for meditation and quietude, and yogis use this period to seek the divine within. Our ancestors and scriptures tell us that this night is the night which is the most auspicious for spiritual progress. Shivratri is said to be the night when all of us have the opportunity to achieve some level of spiritual evolution. And Shiva is the deity who embodies auspiciousness. He leads us towards quietude and self-realization. So, we seek his blessings on this night of auspiciousness, the night of Shiva, Shivaratri. But why should we remain awake during this night? If the night is special, can't we get the benefits even when we are asleep? Unfortunately, no. Only if we remain awake can we listen to our inner self. Our conscious mind quietens and it's able to align with the Atman within. But if we sleep, our mind is unconscious and we cannot benefit out of this opportunity. Experienced yogis tell us that some subtle effects take place on this night. When we practice waking during Shivratri year on year, our spiritual journey becomes more defined and possibilities open up. This is why it has been practiced for millennia by millions. You may not actually feel anything significant, but you will definitely feel a sense of deep peace. Personally, the first couple of years I felt exhausted. Yet, I knew there was something more I experienced because I was waiting and ready the next year and the year after. It draws you with invisible strings. Do not worry if you are not successful immediately. Persist every year and you will be surprised how you can manage it soon enough. Many of us have lost the practice of quiet awareness due to modern habits, and therefore we may need to relearn them. I can share that within 3 years of having started this journey, things started falling into place and opportunities came through to help me observe Shivratri properly. Now I look forward to it every year. Now let me tackle the most important part. How can we stay awake all night? Playing games, watching movies, etc. do not count. Because although awake, the mind is occupied with something else. Whereas the idea is to allow the mind to be awake, immersed in the thought of the divine, to be contemplative and serene, or at least doing sattvic activities. If you're a beginner, my advice is never try it alone. You will end up sleeping no matter how well-intentioned you are. So follow one of these suggestions. Go to a temple, attend a satsang, or just do a tour of as many temples as you can over the night. Or gather company so that you can encourage each other to last it out. Most Shiva temples remain open all night and there will be pujas for each kalam. The 12 hours from sunset to sunrise the next morning are divided into 4 praharas or kalams During each kalam there will be a yajna, abhishekas, pujas, alankara and naivedya. Attend them. The darshan of the Shivalinga on this day is the most auspicious experience of the year. If you are in North India, you will get to do abhisheka to Shivlingas. And if you are in the south of India, you may just observe the abhishekas being performed. In between the pujas, there will be music, dance, bhajans, speeches, or group chanting organized to engage the devotees and to help keep them awake. Engage in them. Sit, stand, walk around, do parikrama. Keep the mind alert and body active. Not everyone can sit in meditation all night. So all these forms of worship are advised for us. Sanatana Dharma acknowledges that each of us starts at our level and individual pace. All types of efforts are good. Nothing is considered superior or inferior. If all you can do is to bag a seat in the corner of a temple and watch the pujas, that too is good enough. If the mind is kept alert and awake, that is important. That covers why and how to stay awake. Let us now talk about the fasting. In fact, it is not just fasting but upavasa that we practice during religious festivals. Upavasa does not mean fasting. Upa means close by and vasa means being or staying. So upavasa means being close to the divine. To observe upavasa, we are advised to restrict all forms of input through our senses, like what we hear, what we see, what we taste, etc. Sense organs bring all the experiences to the mind, and this keeps the mind flowing outwards towards those experiences. Whereas the purpose of an upavasa is to allow the inner self to be seen and heard. And this can happen only when the mind is quiet. Just think, can you hear a child speak to you during a rock concert? All the noise will drown out the delicate voice of the child. We need to shut off all the noise before we can hear the delicate voice of the child. Similarly, we need to quieten the sense organs before we can feel the self within. Just like we restrict the sense organs, we should also restrict our body, mind, and speech. We can avoid strenuous or excessive activity of the body, which increases the speed of our breath and agitates the mind. We can try to avoid negative thoughts, worries, anger, lust, and other emotions which disturb the mind. And most importantly, we restrict our speech. Speaking gentle words, talking of auspicious and good things, or observing more quiet time calms the mind. When the mind is calm, we can truly experience the divine within. Now let us look at reality. Most of us are not used to restricting our senses. So what should we practice? As beginners in the path of upavasa, we start by occupying the senses with things which do not agitate the mind. We engage in sattvic activities. We occupy the eye with the darshan of deity at home or in the temple. We see dance and drama performances praising God. We see abhishekas, pujas and artis. These help to keep the thought of God in the mind. We occupy the ear with devotional music, mantras, Vedic chants, classical music, bhajans and lectures on Itihasa and Purana. And if we are at work, it is ideal to avoid gossip, stress and unnecessary distractions and just peacefully concentrate on work and good thoughts. In this manner, it is possible to engage the senses yet not get agitated or distracted by them. Now let us come to food. Since food is a major sensory input during the day, it is recommended to restrict it. This is why we all think that upavasa means fasting. You may think eating food does not agitate the mind. True, it is what the food does to us after we eat it, which is the real problem. Almost 70% of our prana, our vital energy, goes to digest food every day. Without food to digest, we save all that energy and we remain mentally more alert. This is why we are recommended to observe a total fast on Shivratri day and night. But if you are not used to fasting, hunger too will disturb the mind. Therefore, mitahara, light foods, may be consumed. When digestion is efficient, it gives clean energy. That is why light foods which are easily digested like milk, fruits or fruit juices are recommended for fasts. They enter the system, get digested easily, replenish the body with vital ingredients and help us stay energetic for a long period. But during a fast, even these must be consumed in restricted amounts because a heavy meal is going to kickstart more digestive juices and induce hunger. So instead of getting calm, the mind will be disturbed by hunger. So mitahara, light meal, is recommended for an upavasa. During other religious occasions, certain fasting foods are recommended. These foods are easier to digest and do not create indigestion, which will disturb the mind. But even this easy digestion can induce sleep. And since Shivaratri is about staying awake all night, eating these foods is also not recommended. Only when the digestive system is kept empty, or if we eat very lightly, the mind remains calm as well as alert, and we are able to stay awake through the night. Only experienced persons do a Nirjala fast, which is fasting without food or water. Most others avoid only food but drink water. But beginners may start with mitahara or light meals of one fruit or a fruit juice or milk. But if you have never fasted and that sounds difficult to you, don't worry. There is no hard and fast rule. Everyone has to start from where they are comfortable. So start this year by consuming small amounts of fasting foods or multiple light foods. Make sure your mind is not occupied by thoughts of food or hunger. In fact, after every puja through the night, Naivedya is distributed in temples for devotees. So if you cannot stay awake all night without food, you can eat the Naivedya offered. The goal ultimately is to be engaged in sattvic activities all night. There is no judgment. Each of us walks our own path. That is the beauty of Sanatana Dharma. Choose your path and choose your pace. So try to fast and try to stay awake this Shivratri. And even after all your effort, if it is not possible to do them, do not fret. Maybe the time is not yet ripe for you. Try it again the next year and the year after. And slowly it will become easier and suddenly it will be the right time for you. It was so for me and it will surely be so for each of you by the grace of Shiva. If you think this episode has inspired you to try, like and share with friends and family. Wishing all of you a very auspicious Shivratri. Om Namah Shivaya.